Now is the time to make justice a reality for all of God's children.
In the mid-1970s and 80s, when I was just a young boy growing up in Selma, Alabama, I took for granted the sacrifices of those who came before me.
There will be neither rest nor tranquility in America until the Negro is granted his citizenship rights.
I didn't fully grasp the fact that I traveled across the historic Edmund Pettus Bridge every day, a place located just 2 miles from my humble home in the Alabama Black Belt, a national landmark known for the fatal episode called Bloody Sunday.
My mother and father both were present for some of the sit-ins as small children. My grandparents took part in it. They told me about it. Its importance to not only us as a community, but also to the American people and to the fabric of what it truly is to be an American.
No, we are not satisfied, and we will not be satisfied until justice rolls down like waters and righteousness like a mighty stream.
We have a long ways to go. When we start looking at racial issues, we start looking at LGBTQ and sexual orientation type things. So we're not there yet, but we're significantly further than where we were.
The cornerstones of what Dr. King stood for are still relevant today and will always be relevant.
We can never be satisfied as long as the Negro is the victim of the unspeakable horrors of police brutality. We can never be satisfied.
On August 28, 1963, Dr. King delivered his I Have a Dream speech, a message that gave voice to a silent flock of millions and laid a clear pathway ahead for the oppressed and oppressors alike.
I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal.
I have had my own personal experiences of times where you just didn't feel like you were measuring up for whatever reason. And I never want my children to feel that way.
Because I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream today.
Yes, that day brought to our nation a spirit of appreciation and gratitude for those who were forced to attend segregated schools, those who had to sit at segregated lunch tables, those who lived in cities across our great nation where their votes didn't even matter, even those service members who fought for freedom abroad, only to find that same freedom denied them at home.
Somehow this situation can and will be changed.
You see, in the course of human history, there are only a few individuals through personal acts of sacrifice that actually change the way the world evolves. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. is one of those people.
With this faith, we will be able to transform the jangling discords of our nation into a beautiful symphony of brotherhood.
Because of his sacrifice and the sacrifice of those like him, the doors of opportunity swung open, and that proverbial glass ceiling seemed to crack just a little.
From every mountainside, let freedom ring, and when this happens, and when we allow freedom ring, when we let it ring from every village and every hamlet, from every state and every city, we will be able to speed up that day when all of God's children, black men and white men, Jews and Gentiles, Protestants and Catholics, will be able to join hands and sing in the words of the old Negro spiritual, free at last, thank God Almighty, we are free at last.
So on this day of celebration, if we are to keep Dr. King's dream alive, we must breathe new meaning into I Have a Dream. To do this, We must look past our differences and stand together to serve others to the best of our abilities.
Dr. King stood for service, whether it's service to your family, service to your community, giving back, and improving things holistically for everyone. So like the motto says, it's a day on, not a day off. It's not about the day off or the holiday, it's about giving back and helping to improve things for everyone.
Dr. King said, "Not everyone can be famous, but everyone can be great."
Because everybody can serve.
Thank you all for your service.